in this video, painting quite possibly the biggest project of my career to date, so let's get it. The time has come. After a long application process, weeks and months of going back and forth with the city, we are finally here. It's finally time to paint. Decided to finally get it going and do what we do. Let's get it.
We've got some difficult days ahead, but it really doesn't matter with me now because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Gonna call an audible. Let this dry off. Might call this for the day. It's already about 6, and when the sun goes down, I ain't staying out here. So, gonna move under this. We have a coverage right here, so this wall is completely dry. Gonna see what we can do. Welcome to Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you, so let's make the most of this beautiful
I've done a piss poor job of recording today, but it's 7 o'clock, so I figured I'd give you guys an update on what we ended up doing today. Didn't end up touching anything on this wall, and I still need to come in and do some background stuff in between the faces and on the edge over here. So we're gonna have a lot more help tomorrow. Might have one of them do that. That's all easy stuff, fun stuff. Over here you can see the bulk of what we did today. We hit this face again, way more satisfied, more happy with it. The real task of the day has been this portrait right here, trying to line up all three of these on the same field. That's kind of the angle right there. That eye on the left is ratchet. It's close. This thing is coming together. As you can see, we got this Coretta portrait right here, and I'm gonna try and finish that before the sun goes down. But we probably got anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour left of daylight. So let's see what we can crank out. Full house right now. Got all of them over there working on the flag down below right here, and that has to line up to that guy in the background, but making solid progress. Yeah, day 4 almost in the books. Gonna call it a little earlier today, but still 4 days in, and we're pretty much done. We're gonna have to do some other stuff like paint that, blast some color back there, but making solid time. At this current moment, I feel like, one, I've been slacking on the camera, so it's tough for me when I get just fully like enveloped into a project to like remember to get shots and all that stuff. So haven't been doing that. Feel like I've neglected the video for a couple days now, but yeah, I've made a ton of progress. The time is like 7 o'clock on Wednesday. I plan on finishing on Thursday, so started on Saturday, 5 days of work. Tomorrow would be 5 days of work. Just right now, working down here on this flower, or the flag, I keep saying that. Working on this flag. It's gonna go all the way around. Got this portrait done. It's probably not gonna line up, but yeah. Haven't forgotten about the video. Definitely gonna still get some shots, and tomorrow for sure get some more shots, but I'll see you then. So this is Mountaintop, I guess. That's the title of the piece. It is done for the city of Albuquerque, here in the heart of downtown, on what is Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue. Funny thing is, this is super off topic, but when I went to UNM, I would come, and the way like my commute would work, I'd go on Martin Luther King every single day, and it's my favorite street in the city because it would save me so much time getting to class whenever I'd run late. So it's kind of like a weird full circle moment to be able to do this piece on this street in Albuquerque and downtown. And the process of getting to this point was a long one, long application process. Had to make a mock, and then there was finalists, and then we had to come out and do designs and working with the city and so much red tape, but we got it done, and we got the green light to start painting. So power washed this whole thing, then gave it a fresh coat of black paint. Knocked it out pretty quickly. Had some people from Working Classroom, which is a student organization here in Albuquerque where they like work with students across the city who are interested in arts of like various different mediums. So yeah, we had 3 students. I'll link all their info and put their Instagrams. The inspiration for the design was obviously to highlight Dr. King and just his legacy, and then also highlight people that I think were pillars in the movement, not just in his life, like just in laying the foundation for him. We had pillars in the actual like space, and so I wanted to have pillars in the actual design, pillars of the movement and of his life. So that was kind of the inspiration there. So yeah, we got 3 portraits. Dr. King. We also have on this side his famous I Have a Dream Washington Monument speech, and then throughout the design there's these QR codes. And when these get scanned, it goes to a link to my website, which just has more information about all the people featured. So obviously Dr. King, we have his wife Coretta, Frederick Douglass, and Booker T. Washington. In the back, go up here, it just says, "I've been to the mountaintop." This speech was actually given the day before he was assassinated. And in this speech, he's pretty much saying like that God had allowed him to see the future and see like what was gonna transpire. And he said that he's probably not going to be able to get there, but he's seen the mountaintop essentially. I wanted to highlight that. So in the QR code, the speech comes up, and we also included some of that in the video as well. That's the title of the piece. About the design, we have these color spectrums, and that's just a representation of light, various forms. Yeah, we got it on top of the portraits. We got it along the Martin Luther King wall. And I just wanted to bring some color, some life, and light, because I think that's what the goal of all of this is just to shed some light. Going down on this wall right here, we got an American flag. Just trying to think of a cool way to incorporate this curved space, and I mean it's wavy in and of itself, so flag made sense. Coming to the pillars, I was trying to think of a way to make this useful space, and the idea that I had was to do one portrait on 3 different pillars, kind of like I was talking about while I was painting it. So if you stand right here, you can see it lines up, and I do that for Frederick Douglass and Booker T. Washington. Initially in my mock, I was gonna put flowers on the back of every single one of these pillars, and then when I got out here, it just seemed like a waste of time because no one's gonna see the backside, so I decided just to move the flowers down to this front wall. And then at the very top up here, just like the plaque, I guess, but it just says like the name of the piece, my name, Instagram, working classroom. Big shout out to Pepsi. They provided me with water, bubbly, like throughout this whole project, so that was cool. I always joke about being sponsored by bubbly because I drink it so much, and I actually was for this project, so maybe we can keep that going for every video. But yeah, shout out to Pepsi. Shout out to Jesse for being able to come out here and shoot a lot of the shots that you're seeing, because if not, I wasn't going to be able to get any footage. Hopefully this will stand for some time. I know in a few, I mean, I already like looking at this, think some of the aspects, like some of the things I painted are absolute garbage. No, it's okay. So maybe I'll be able to come back and retouch some stuff. And we did put a full layer over everything of anti-graffiti clear coat, so if anyone comes, tags it, we just come with a power washer and it'll come right off. A learning experience that I hadn't done with this specific medium before. I think that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Right around Black History Month, which is trash, by the way. I made a video about that, you should go watch it. I'll link it down in the description. But yeah, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper. If I lived in China or even Russia or any totalitarian country, maybe I could understand some of these illegal injunctions. Maybe I could understand the denial of certain basic First Amendment privileges because they haven't committed themselves to that over there. But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right. And so just as I say we aren't going to let any dogs or water hoses turn us around, we aren't going to let any injunction turn us around. Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory